Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of Minecraft Survival Time Lapses thing. I don't have a name for this series. I really need one. Tell you what, after this video we'll come up with a name for this series and stick with it. Maybe we should name this whole world, and yeah, that would be good. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I hope you're all doing well. This video is going to be a world tour of this world. It's taken me over a year, well, probably close to 2 years now to get to this point, and I have really enjoyed building it. And I'm going to continue to enjoy building it because this is not the end. There's still loads I want to do to this world. And expand the map and everything. If you do decide you want to download this map, please hit the like button and please subscribe. That will really help my channel to grow, and it will really it'll let me know that that people are enjoying the content and they want to see more, basically. But without any more delay, let's actually get started. Right, with the introduction all out of the way, I guess we will start where I started with survival in this world, and that is with the actual shipwreck. So I guess initially my plan was to do a little story where, you know, I was the part of a ship, maybe captain or part of the crew, and we crashed the ship whilst trying to get to the city. I've got to sort that out. Oh, getting distracted. Yeah. Yeah, we crashed the ship whilst getting to the city, and so then I got the tools out of the shipwreck and then started to build a home on land. But I think because I called it Shipwrecked instead of going for like a Minecrafty title, that didn't get many viewers. So eventually I changed what it was called. But yeah, so that's where I started. And then there's a little storage room I started off with. And then the first area I decided to settle in was this area immediately here. And that was just to build like a little starter house, which we'll take a look at now. We've got some cows and wheat and sheep and things. But yeah, let's start with the starter house I built. So the idea behind this one was there's a mine, the water's flowing out of this mountain along there and powering the wheel, which provides a bit of power for the mine, maybe pulling mine carts or something like that. And that's what this building was basically for, offices. Oh, I gotta repair that. I think a creeper blew that last time I was here and I never got round to fixing it. So anyway, yeah, so all I had to this starting stage was a bit of wood. So I built loads of storage here. This is where I sleep, very humble beginnings. And then up here was my first enchanting setup, which I used for a very long time. Oh, if I sound a bit stuffy from a cold, it's because I've got a bit of a sore throat and cold. I don't think it's coronavirus, just a common cold. But yeah, so then there's this building here, which is my sort of workshop area where you've got a little really basic auto smelter where you put things in, fuel in the barrels, stuff to be smelted up there, and it all comes out in that barrel there. It's all to make it look like this furnace works to cook things. And then here is the stables, where we've got a couple of horses. My sister named these two Mopsy and Cottontail. So next we will grab a horse and we will ride over to the sort of next area that I started to set up. Let's get going. So I guess we'll cover what that there is on the way. Once we've crossed this bridge, I'll explain what it is. So I often quite enjoy watching the Hermitcraft series, which is really fun. And this is Tango Tech's tree farm. It only... Oh, what happened there? Oh, I don't know why that suddenly decided to trigger. But yeah, basically, when a tree grows there... I don't know, let's show you. You put your saplings in the offhand, you jump up here, you hold down both buttons, and yeah, then the bone meal part of it causes the plants to grow, and these smash the leaves, and then the leaves get collected, and then the saplings get collected there. But yeah, this is sort of Tango Tech's design. I had to do a bit of thinking to figure out how he did the redstone on it. But yeah, it's a really nice design, and it's what I used to get a lot of the wooden planks. Let's move this stuff out of my inventory. There we go. Right, so next we are going to be heading to the food farms. So these are kind of inspired by Gemini, and they're also a bit of my own design. So let's just come here. So I guess we'll start with this one here. So these are basically greenhouses. I saw Gemini do a greenhouse for keeping bees in, and I figured, well, it'd be nice to have it look like the villagers are able to freely roam. I mean, they can't because of this carpet here stops mobs getting in and stops the villagers getting out, and they can't actually jump over these fences. Hello. Oh, they're all staring at me. Yeah, so they can talk to each other. They can walk around, talk to each other. The ones collecting the wheat come to here. They go, oh, here, have some wheat. They then throw it to him, trying to share. But before he can pick it up, the hoppers under the ground pick the wheat up, and then they collect it here. As you can see, there's the carrots I just threw. This one's the wheat one and seeds. This particular one is not very efficient, especially with it produces more seeds than wheat, but it works. It produces wheat passively, which is far easier than doing it actively. And here's the hopper system. Now, not for the other farms, you don't need this many hoppers, but because of the wheat, so that the villager's inventory doesn't get fuller. Now, all of these hoppers grab the wheat before the villager can, and yeah, puts it all in that chest. And then down below, we have a melon and pumpkin farm. Let's just eat some food. And that all collects down here. You've got your really basic hopper minecart system, where the hopper minecart will just run around under here, picking up anything that gets destroyed, get any of the melons and pumpkins, and dropping them off in this chest, which is quite useful. Then I just craft the melons up here and put them in that shulker box till I'm ready to get emeralds. It's getting dark now. There we go. Let's where's my horse gone? Where's it gone? I'll go find that horse. There we go. I managed to find the horse. He just wandered on. Oh, there's a zombie here. Go away. Yeah, it's not fully mob proof, but mostly mob proof. But we'll be okay. But the villagers are all safe, which is the important part. So obviously here is the carrot version, and that just puts all the carrots in there. And here is the potato version. Oh, I've got some melons in there. From just collecting all the potatoes. Again, it's very similar on the inside. But yeah, I saw Gemini create some greenhouses, and I really got inspired by that and created these. Next is the bee farm, which, as you've probably noticed, there's some bees flying around in there, and I created a little glass tunnel for the bees to be able to fly into these areas and pollinate the crops, which worked quite well. And yep, my honey farm is doing well. Yep, it's got plenty of bottles in there, so the bees just collect the honey. This detects when it's full and collects it. So we've got honey there, honeycomb there, treasure bees. Oh, I've got it in pirate language at the moment. So what's that? Ye lilac bouquet for to gals. Oh dear, yeah, it's flowers for the girls. I do love the pirate language. Anyway, so let's go in here, feed our bees whilst we're here. Have some flowers. Yeah, and it's quite nice in here with all the greenery and flowers and things. So all the bees happily flying around. I don't bother emptying. Wait, what the? Go away. Where did you come from? Anyway, I don't usually bother emptying those just because I don't need to. Okay, let's move on to the sheep farm. So this here is the sheep farm. I'll do like a panorama of all this so you can see all the different coloured sheep. And where's my horse gone? You stay there. But yeah, basically the sheep farm. Let's put these plants down here. Make it look a bit nice whilst we're doing this. Yeah, so the sheep farm, I wanted all the sheep to be like have the feeling that they're free range, so they all the different colours have their own different field, and then as the sheep wander around, they tread on this pressure plate, which causes them to get sheared, and then using using hoppers, I had the all the wool run underground, and that has collected in this room, which just puts all the different colours in the zombies died there in the different boxes. And yeah, so this is my wool farm. I really like the fact that the sheep can just wander around instead of stuck in those little boxes. But yeah, hope you like that too. When you download it, you'll be able to check out how it works when you do your own exploring. But yeah, let's move on, Karen. One of the things I built here was a little like marshy area. Like, because there's loads of mountains and things, all the water would run down, and I just figured that they'd gather in in this little area here where it's more flooded, so the farmer can't use it for crops or anything. But yeah, it's just fenced off so that it's filled with water. And there's the hayloft where all the food and wheat for the animals is kept. We've got our cow farm, which I'm in the process of breeding loads of those up so we can get bookshelves for the library. But yeah, I'm not going to manage to get that finished before this is released. Coming across the bridge, we'll stop off here because this is one of our most important benchmarks. This bench is when we had 25 subscribers. And now we're at 300 at the moment. But yeah, I want to keep that bench there just to go, yeah, we've got 25 subscribers now, which is really nice. But yeah, and hopefully we'll continue to grow. So here is a nice little stables. I wanted to put stables at all the major places you'd be stopping off at, so so that you could just get around on horseback if you don't want to use elytra. Yeah, so and for a long time I didn't have elytra, but now I do. I just fly way too much. And then this brings us to the iron farm. So this is like a working mine. It's one of the first places I built. I built this straight after I did the starter house because I figured this was a much nicer location to build a mine than over there where it's much more beachy. So I came here and built this. All the villagers are safe. The iron golems just wander around keeping them safe. Here's my first mending librarian. So he's got mending, knockback, blast resistance, charging, and aim your mate. But yeah, this is where all the miners sleep, and he sort of does all the paperwork for them. And then we've got mining stations for the any of the stone that comes out that gets taken here, cut up, and then sent to the castle to work on the town. And then we've got a few toolsmiths that keep the miners happy with tools. They keep the stone cutters happy with tools. And yeah, I just wanted to create like a little storyline here, so they keep the tools repaired here. And then this is where all the iron gets chucked after it comes out of the mine. So this is where the my what is it? My iron farm leaves all the iron, and it just gets taken here by this mine cart that constantly runs backwards and forwards. And then down here, if you take a minecart down this way, it will lead you to the deep slate mine. It's really ugly and messy down there at the moment. But yeah, my son has left a bed on the. So recently started playing it. Got a laptop and he started playing, and he decided to leave this bed here. So let's just take that out of the way, so we don't really leave a bit of a mess. I do end up tidying up after him on this game quite a bit. Yeah, so I created like a little glass fog effect to hide where I do all the like manual mining because it's just boring down there. That's a really nice cave part as well. I wanted to make it like it's a mixture of caves and mine. And then down in this section, let's jump down. We've got a really ugly part of the mine, but we'll just show you the way. Abandoned mob farm. Oh yeah, I was gonna build a mob farm here and have it wash them off, but I found a much better location for it. Oh, that goes all the way down to Deep Slate. Yeah, so down here is the slime farm. So the slimes spawn here, they hop towards the middle where the iron golem is, and yeah, it just collects a load of slime in these chests. Once again, it's nice to have passive farms because you don't always need like active farms. You don't want to spend like ages AFKing and or grinding. You want it just to do it in the background whilst you're playing the game. And then let's head up here. Oh, one thing I was thinking of doing, which I've accidentally broken now, so I'm not doing. I probably won't do now. Is on this platform I had a TNT duplicator to blast down there, and I was going to create like a stone mining system. But I'm not sure whether to do that now or whether to just give it another go. But yeah, I had a TNT duplicator that. Oh, that's where he took the bed from. I had a bed right here. Right, let's put that back. Yeah, there's always a bed here so I can sleep. A spare bed so I can sleep when I'm in this area. Right, let's move on to the town. Yeah, let's do that. So a quick note to self: whenever you do a tour, make sure you hit the record button. I just went past this part. It spent like 5 minutes talking and then realised I hadn't actually hit record, so we're doing this again. So here's where I get all my trees from that can't be gotten in that farm, like your dark oaks, any wood with bark still on them, all that has to be mined manually here. And then we'll head up here. I left my horse behind. Things like this banner are mark where I've encountered a roaming pillager group, and just decided to attack them. And I usually leave the banners nearby where where I defeated them. So next is this. And this is going to be the Adventurers League building, sort of a tavern where mighty adventurers gather to discuss where they've been and future adventures and stuff like that. I want to have several of these dotted around the world. But yeah, this one, I've already pre-designed this one, and I did that in a creative world. So I can't wait to actually build this in survival, but that will be sort of when we reach 1,000 subscribers. That like the big 1,000 subscriber video. So, but we're a long way off that, and I really hope we can hurry up to get there, because I want to build that building. And then next is a section people might recognize. My last few videos have been before we built the castle, we've been spending the last couple of months building all the buildings here. And here's a quick view at the 200 subscriber statue, fountain, and the 100 subscriber bench, and that brings us to this building here. Now, I've got a choice between buildings, and some input from people watching would be nice. What do you think this should be? I've got two options. It's either going to be a church or a town hall. Now, the actual design of the building will be very similar for both. I might even like spend ages getting loads of copper so it can have a copper roof. But yeah, so it'll be a church or town hall. I'm more leaning towards church, just because we've got a great hall up there where we can have some town meetings if we want. But I'll let you guys decide. So put down in the comments below whether you think it should be a church or a town hall. Both are good, but I just can't decide which one. Okay, now let's do the docks area. This is the area of the city that actually has gotten me my most views. It was the video where I built this section here. And yeah, it was just really amazing how many views and subscribers have come from this one video. I think I've done like 4 videos working on the docks areas now, with the latest being that ship. And then we'll show you some of the areas here. So this is where I've been cooking up all my kelp. So just convert that. Make a load of chunk of dried sea lettuce. And then we'll just do that, and then I chuck that in there, and then yeah, so any kelp I get I just chuck in there. And then next we'll go over here. Now there are a lot of secrets in this world for you to discover on your own as you're exploring. So I'm not going to go into everything, but yeah, so there's some fun things for you to find out, but I'll highlight like the key things. Like this ship, I like this ship, and this is now the new spawn area. If you die without respawn point, you'll appear back on this ship. It's a nice one, and I really want to build another one out there, and maybe a lighthouse on that rock. But that'll be something for the future. As you can tell, I've got loads of plans. And then down here we have the kelp farm. Okay. So all the kelp gathers up here, and then oh wow, that is full. I'm gonna have to empty that out later. And then I just take it and cook it up. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to be so full. And then here's a massive crane for maybe unloading really heavy stuff from some of the bigger ships. That was nice to build, and I think it's actually time to sleep, so back in a minute. So next we'll head up here now that it's daytime again, and this is just another store. What is that Enderman doing? Oh, he's got that. I'll leave him there. Can't be bothered to deal with him at the moment. So this is another storage room, which then leads up here to a boarded up warehouse. It's not finished yet because for one, there's no windows in it, and 2, if you open this, it's just a fake door. So yeah, that needs finishing. Turning that into like a proper warehouse for storing loads of goods that have come in from sea. And then this has quite a few little buildings that are not finished, like that's a fake door, and fake windows with glowstone behind them, and another fake in fact all of this row is just fake buildings, and I need to put some fences in there. But yeah, usually I do finish them off, but these are all just fake ones. But they are lit up, so mobs shouldn't spawn in them. Right, let's head up to the next part of town now. Just a quick detour before we go into the upper city. These buildings here were done quite a long time ago. I need to and this track is because I've got to get some villagers from here into the cartographer. So I've got to get them to have some family. But yeah, this is a library with another, pardon, with another enchanting setup. And then up here we have sort of bedrooms for the librarians and just a few library books. I had to fence this bit off because the librarians kept dying. And that made no sense at all. So yeah, that's all fenced off now. But yeah, and then going through here, so this is the alchemy shop where all the alchemists live. And then you have this nice little area where you can come here and view the town. I'm going to build some more houses over there, build a path that leads along here all the way to the lighthouse. Maybe have like a wooden bridge there and going across there so he has like a way to get there. It's going to be a bit rickety, but it's going to look nice when we get to that part. And then next we will go to the upper city. Yeah, up this way. Yeah, I do like these gatehouses. And they work as well. Those trapdoors, if you open them, like if the gates were closed, you'd have people here and then you just throw stuff down at them through those holes. So it's all practically designed for defense. And then here you've got your archery range for the local soldiers to train at. And this is Arlen, the house my son has claimed as his. So he's made quite a lot of banners like this one. He really enjoys making banners. And yeah, so that's good. You've got your armor smith and weaponsmith. This is the tannery, where there's loads of saddles in there. And then down here we've got the stone cutter. Well, it would be more of a stone mason here, because what I'm thinking is, hold on, let's just get a panorama view, is along that river. So they take the stone out of the mine, they'll load it onto boats and send it downriver, and then they'll be unloading sort of close to the castle, and then all of this area will be made into like housings and warehouses, as like more of an industrial area, sort of connected to the main to the main harbour, turning this entire area into like a massive harbour area. And then the stone gets brought up through this gate to the stonemason, who then performs repairs and things on the castle and town. So I like to think about the supply lines and everything as I go, like what would need to travel where and how would they get there and things like that. Yeah. So that sums up this upper town. I think I'm going to build a tree here. Let's go up to the castle. This castle has been really fun to build. Let's go up through the gates. So the gates are a bit stronger than the town gate castle. The town gate houses. But yeah, so it's got more stone in it. It'll be harder to attack. And then you got little doors like this that lead down to my actual mob farm. Just show that off. Now, I did try to turn it into a mob and copper farm. So I built this filter system that sorts zombies out. And the zombies get sent up there, come down here as drowned, and then they turn into... What is that one doing? Oh, the eggs are gone. I'm gonna have to repair that. But what it was meant to do is the zombies would chase along here, get sent up there, down there, and you can go down there to collect all the stuff. They'd turn into drowned. But unfortunately, converting them to drowned only gets you copper if you kill them with a sword. So it's made all of that work pretty useless. Um, but it was fun to do and figure out. And then here is the castle stables, where my son's horse is. He's got the one with diamond armor, and then I got ambushed by one of those skeleton patrols. So here's a skeleton horse and another couple of horses. But yeah, so one thing I should point out about this first of all is these gates. Now it looks like they're just left open, but the horses can't actually wander through them, but you can ride through them. So they can't pathfind because it's only technically one block wide, but they can go through them whilst you're riding them because it's wider than one block. I can't remember whose video I saw that pointed that out, and I've been using that system ever since. Um, and then that brings us to here. This is the storage room. I built this ages ago, like before I even built the most of the town. And it's just pretty much an auto sorting system. Hold on, let's go up to the upper floor and show you where you put things in. It's not quite finished yet. This room, I need to build a shulker box sorter that empties shulker boxes and then puts them all in a chest. But for now, if you just put things in here, you don't you want sorting out. The system will then take it down and sort it all out for you. And then we'll go back down here and show how it works. So this first one is for the rotten flesh to trade with the what are they? The alchemists, because they do emeralds for rotten flesh, which comes from down the bottom there. But let's say you wanted dark oak, so you'd find the dark oak planks here on the floor, dark oak log on the floor. The system fills up all the way to the shulker boxes, fills up all the way to the hoppers, so you can just put a shulker box at the bottom there, and it will automatically top up the shulker box with everything that goes through the main system. And then there's this row here, which has the odd bits, which I call sort of the bits and bobs that aren't easily sorted to, but you don't have like huge numbers of them. So say you have loads of slabs left over, you just chuck all the slabs in there or the stairs in there, whereas the main bulk storage is for the logs. So say you wanted spruce, which I'm running low on, or oak, which I've got loads of at the moment. But yeah, that's how the sorting system works. Here's an auto smelter with you just chuck anything you want smelted there, and it gets split up into these 4 furnaces, which are all powered by lava. We've got lava buckets in all of them, and then it just drops it off in there. Stuff here I'm just in the middle of sorting out at the moment. And then here's an infinite lava source, so we don't ever have to worry about the furnace running out. You just top it up every so often. Then this leads down to the sort of the landing area. So if you're flying around with your fireworks, you can just land here and easily access the the storage room, or this one leads to the Nether, which I've made it look like the Nether is taking over this cave. Yeah, and then there's a little zombie pigman called Coco. My son named that one as well. But yeah, so I like it so far. Let's move right on. So moving on, I guess as people come through that bottom gate, they'll then be confronted with this massive structure. It just looks so huge from down here. And then you've got this amazing view of the valley. Yeah, and eventually there'll be like the town here, as I was explaining earlier, and sort of boats traveling up and down there. But anyway, let's carry on up here. So here is the second gatehouse to the castle. I kind of think that this was the first gatehouse built, and then as the castle grew, they needed somewhere to keep the horses, so they built this one, and then they added the sort of town gates, and it's sort of grown over time to sort of this really busy city. This is my son Arlen's wizard house. He is very happy with that, and he's sort of decorated it, and he's named all the birds at the top of it. But yeah, that's his wizard house. This staircase leads down to the storage room, and then we've got the beacon that comes up here, and it leaves there. I've got to make some custom trees here, which I'll do eventually. And then we'll go to this tower next, which is the Wizard Tower. I wanted to give it more of a fantasy wizardy look, so I've added like these. What are they? Not purple. They're chorus trees, just growing out of the water, to like make it look like they're sort of magical trees, and the design is slightly different to the rest of the castle, but still similar. And then they've got this little pond which did have fish in it. I don't know if the fish have all been eaten by axolotls or something. Oh, there's one called Sood. My son named them. And then down there, that goes to the storage room again, so there's plenty of access to the storage room. And then in here, this is the entrance hall to the Wizard Castle, with Cornelius Loveridge VII, who is the official greeter, who has this ledger and keeps note of everyone who has entered the Wizard Tower and visited. Oh, for the floor, I figured I wanted to come up with like a moon design. Originally I did it in cobblestone, but then I changed it to endstone when I realized I could just plant chorus fruit on it. So this is the moon zone, I guess. So you got your waxing moon, your full moon, and your waning moon, where the moon is just starting to disappear again. And then here's a sheep that had some magic cast on it, and now it changes colour. And then up the top of the tower is definitely a work in progress. I've got a load of bookshelves that I need to make. But yeah, here we've got a zombie villager. He's gonna sort of look after this floor with more chandeliers. I've got a enchanting setup, which I don't think is actually fully set up for level 30 enchants yet, but it's nice to have that there anyway. And then carrying on up the stairs, there's a long way to go. because it's a really tall tower. We have, this is going to be sort of the main library area and living space for the wizards. We've got two wizards at the moment, Grum and Dinnerbone, who accidentally had a spell go wrong and it turned them upside down permanently. So that's my reason why those two are upside down. But yeah, there's a lot of work to do. I need loads of bookshelves for this area. It's going to be like really busy with bookshelves. So yeah, this would take a long time to do because it takes forever to get a good amount of bookshelves. And then obviously they get their balcony where they can see a lot of the valley quite clearly. So let's go down and we will explore the main keep. So I've only finished the bottom of the keep at the moment. So in here we've got your knights, well, suits of armor, stand guarding. It'd be really cool if you could get like magic suits of armor that sort of attacked any attackers that came in, but not possible. And here's some magic, like really tall candles. They're just end rods with a candle stuck on. It's really cool that they're both the exact same size because you can give it the light level of an end rod, but with just that little candle on top, and yeah, and they sort of glow to say they're magical. And then here's the Great Hall, where you've got two feasting tables where guests would come in and sit and feast with the local lord and his family. There was 4 of these pillagers that I've disarmed. Spent ages getting their weapons off of them. But unfortunately, there's only 3 now because as I was putting this armor in place, one of the pillagers decided to just walk into that fire and burn to death. So I don't think their pathfinding is very clever. But yeah, that's where we're at. And then we've got this nice quartz fireplace. I want to make like a really nice looking banner hanging off of there. Yeah, but I haven't come up with a banner design that suits the castle yet. I might get my son to design that. And then you've got the lord's seats, the ladies' seats, and their children's seats. But yeah, this is the it so far. Oh, and up there is the Minstrels Gallery, where during feasts, maybe the minstrels will play, or during important meetings, some of the townspeople could watch what's going on. But yeah, that's the Minstrels Gallery. Yeah, so that's all I've done inside the castle for now. So I'll leave the rest for you to explore on your own, but it's not finished. But right now, let's head out of town and I'll show you a couple of things I built in creative mode. Moving on from the village now, I'm just going to show you some clips of the wider world and some of the creative mode projects I've done. This world is a lot bigger than just this valley I've done, although I have made it trimmed some chunks down to make the edges blend better. So over there we have a village, which is a village that I actually added when I was doing it in World Painter. I wanted to see how big a structure you could add, and you can add that entire village as one structure, which was quite nice. And then there's this really nice plains land here for you to explore and maybe set up your own base as you explore this world. There are some hidden treasures that I'm not going to be showing in this world tour. Yeah, you'll have to find for yourself. But right now we are heading towards where this video is going to end. We're going to be passing over these rivers, and then eventually we'll be making it to the end valley. You can hear the kids in the background at the moment, as unfortunately Minecraft wasn't working. I had trouble logging on, so I couldn't do all the recording whilst they were at school. So we're just trying to get this done before the end of the day. But yeah, this next valley, I guess the story behind it is it was once a really lush, green, overgrown valley. Maybe there was some people living here, and then one day a dragon decided to swoop in and burn the trees down, kind of like Smaug did in The Hobbit. Just burned the whole valley, and ever since then the place has been left abandoned. But this is the place we're going to be exploring over the next few episodes. What's down here and what's beyond. But yeah, it's a really nice valley. I'm really pleased with how the terrain worked out and everything to do with it. And then just ahead of us here, we are able to see the cave where the dragon lives, guarding the end portal to another dimension. But yeah, I'll see you inside. Then coming deep down inside the mountain to the place where the dragon once lived, and where there was once a group of wizards that lived here who built a great big tower deep inside the mountain. It wasn't only the tower that they managed to build, though. So that brings us to where we're leaving you, and we're going to be jumping into this end portal to start our new adventure in the end, where we'll be playing Skyblock. So I will see you next episode.